So, bro, basically, when I was younger, I always had that, like, kind of, like, negative thoughts of, like, yo, I'm not the most guy, I don't really look the best, bro. And this used to be something that used to plague me, like, all the time, because, other kids will say it, or somebody would say some shit about my face, or a feature on my face, that I myself didn't really like at the time, but, now that they're saying, you kind of notice it more and shit, bro, and, like, it's kind of, like, more of, like, an annoying thing, bro, and you kind of, you can't really change anything about it, bro. Like, I mean, like, sure, you could change your fucking haircut, you could change, like, your something, but you can't change the way your fucking eyebrows, or you can't change, like, you can't give yourself those, like, fuckboy eyes or some shit, or, like, the fucking, the Sigma wolf eyes or some shit. You can't really give yourself that shit, bro. So, like, it's kind of, like, like, I feel like you're kind of, like, a disadvantage, bro, especially when everybody's, like, kind of glazing you, especially when you're a kid, bro, telling you that you don't look like this, and you look like shit, and you look like that, and, like, bro, you, at some point, and at some age, you have to come to terms with the fact that you're not gonna, like, turn into, like, some fucking, that one dude that was, like, he was, like, yo, Chico, or some shit. Like, you're not gonna turn into him overnight, bro, and you're not gonna, like, fucking mutate to some, like, fucking Twilight vampire or some shit, bro, and, like, you're gonna be glistening in the sunlight. You're gonna still be that, same dude that you've always been, but, maybe you'll grow a beard, maybe you'll grow some hair or some shit, but, like, bro, over time, you have to just come to terms with the fact that you are who you are, and you can't really change anything about that. And of course, like, you could do all this, like, mewing shit and all this other stuff, but, and that's not to say that you can't change the way you look. Of course you can change the way you look, but you can't change who you are. You can't change, of course you can change, like, your personality, like, the things that you do, but you can't change yourself. You can't change Charlton from being Charlton. Charlton can't be fucking Chico. He can't be, like, some fucking alpha male that's carrying logs and boats on his fucking shoulders and shit. Like, you can't change him from being him, bro. And you have to, like, at some point, you have to just be okay with that. And it doesn't have to be this, like, fucking, like, embarrassing thing. It's like, oh yeah, but what if my nose isn't the way that other people like it? What if I don't even like it? Like, you have to, like, come to terms with it, because if not, you're just gonna convince yourself that you're actually this fucking idiot, atrocious fucking beast or some shit that's, like, hides under bridges and shit, and, like, kidnaps children while they're sleeping and eats them or something. Like, you're not that, and you have to, like, just, like, be happy, bro, that you're you, because nobody else gets the opportunity but you. And of course it sounds like, kind of cringe. You're like, oh, bro, but I kind of want to be like Chico or Gojo. Gojo's kind of the GOAT type shit, and he can do, like, the hollow purples and shit, but, like, Gojo can't wake up in the morning and say, oh yeah, my name's fucking Dennis or some shit. No, he has to be Gojo, bro, and he has to stay Gojo. He has to be throwing hollow purples type shit, he doesn't get to walk around outside and nobody really looks at him, like, and, like, fucking says, oh my god, it's Gojo, because nobody really looks at you and says, oh my god, it's Dennis, because you're just basic, dude. That's what makes you special, bro, because you're kind of basic. And, like, I mean, it's not cringe to be basic. Sometimes it's, maybe you're gonna want more from your life at some point, bro, but it's like, just enjoy the experience while it's here, bro, because you never know, maybe in the future you're gonna be some fucking multi-billionaire or some shit. And that potential that you have, that you still have, that you'll always have, no matter what point you are in your life. Maybe you could be fucking Jeff Bezos or some shit, fucking chilling on a yacht and his fucking cock blown or some shit by A-Train or something, and, like, you could still be him. You could still have potential to be way better than what you are now. And maybe, it'll be hard, maybe there'll be, like, some, like, random difficulties or some shit along the way, some, like, traffic cones and shit trying to tell you you can't go across that street, but you just say fucking and go across the street anyways, bro. Like, maybe, like, there'll be shit like that, like, all the time, like, every single day, bro. And then, like, once you pass the traffic cones and shit, and the fucking construction workers are yelling at you and shit, and you actually get scared, back up a little bit, and then you go back, like, then, like, you can unlock, like, the new fucking Fortnite battle pass skin. You actually look kind of clean type shit, bro, and, like, maybe you'll actually look kind of fire, bro, and you'll get some baddies numbers and shit. But until you actually take the first step, it's still just potential, and the potential to be, like, something fucking beautiful, or, like, fucking handsome or some shit, or, like, some shit like that, bro. It's pretty awesome, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that was the one thing that got me through, like, growing up as a kid, bro, because, not to be that dude, but, when I was younger, I was a little upset that I was, like, brown skin, type shit, and sometimes I would cope and say, yeah, I guess this isn't for me, I guess I'm cooked or some shit, but, like, then, like, I just realized, I could be, like, an attractive brown skin, bro. I don't know why I always thought that fucking, just because I was brown skin, I thought I was cooked or some shit, and I wouldn't get any girls or some shit, bro. But, over time, I just, accepted it, and began to, not necessarily, like, delude myself, but you just say, yeah, this is it, like, this is as much as I'm not gonna fucking turn into Michael Jackson or some shit overnight, and then I'll be white or some shit, and everybody will accept me, bro. They're gonna have to accept me because I accept myself, bro. And that's just what you're gonna have to do too, I'm not gonna lie. And maybe, when you finally accept yourself and you begin to embrace yourself for, like, who you are, that's when, like, you begin to, like, get the attractive status, bro. That's when, like, people will look at you and be like, yeah, he's pretty comfortable in the way he looks, I want to feel as comfortable as he does, they'll start to talk to you more, and the next thing you know, people will start comparing you to, like, fucking, like, some cool ass dudes that from TV or some shit, or, like, some, like, random ass dude. Like, maybe some people will say that you have, like, a good heart or some shit like that, bro, because you're comfortable with yourself. And when you're comfortable with yourself that like kind of like projects off onto people, bro. And then they're like, yeah, I feel comfortable around this dude, and this dude's pretty cool. This dude's actually pretty, good looking too. Like he's a good looking dude. He doesn't hide himself. He doesn't like fucking hide his skin because he's black or some shit. And we're fucking hoodies and like face paint all the time or like some shit like that, bro. He's like a pretty chill, nonchalant dude. A little bit of a dreadhead, but I know ever since he's got braids, he's been pretty humble about it type shit. He hasn't really been bragging about it type shit. And yeah. Mwah.
Fuck you, bro. Nah, I'm leaving you like that. I'm never taking you off. I got kicked off the brush. Yeah, you almost fucked